Hi guys, welcome to the Venus retrograde reading, and today is actually Venus retrograde on the third house in communication. So it starts May 13th all the way until June 25th. Venus is all about light and beauty. It's a symbol of fertility, romance, and victory. It also represents our relationships, including romantic partners, but not only. Venus is also associated with Taurus and Libra, so it's also about passions, value, nature, money, diplomacy, and harmony. It's the feminine energy present in both men and women, and self-love. So this will be part of the energies in our lives currently in our focus at this time. So I would advise for you not to start a new relationship, not at the moment, not to end your relationship either at the moment. Don't get involved with people from your past. Control your impulses. Avoid cosmetic surgeries and radical look changes, and don't get married. So you can do all these things after June 25th, because right now we are really emotional. So I'm gonna do 3 questions that I'm gonna ask Spirit. It's gonna be what you should focus on during this retrograde, what major lessons you need to learn that will help you in the future, and how can we invite more peace and harmony into our relationships. So let's get started with that reading and see where the energies are. Spirits, please let us know what we should focus on during this Venus retrograde. What major lessons we are going to need that will help us in the future, and how can we invite more peace and harmony into our relationships. Let's see, Spirit. Whoa, that was really easy. Look at that. So I'm going to see what this one's the first question, this one's the second question, and this one's the third question. So that was a really quick answer, Spirit. So for the first question, change your focus. What during this retrograde we need to do, what we need to focus on is changing our focus. Literally, because I feel like we are focusing on the wrong things around outcomes of life. The second question is what major lessons you need to learn that will help you in the future. Opportunity beacons. And of course I will further clarify with tarot on these. And how can we bring more peace and harmony into our relationships, and we need to make more of an effort to our relationships. I feel like with changing our focus, a lot of our focus were on the wrong things, and I feel like a lot of our focus were on the materialistic stuff, like people basically dating people because they're in a certain career or because they're the son of a judge, something like that, like materialistic illusions that were happening. I feel like with opportunity beacons, for what lessons you need to learn in the future is pretty much believing in yourself, especially with this infinity symbol right here. In Earth, all your chakras are balanced. This person is literally looking towards the moon, looking for guidance, pretty much feeling a little down and not really believing in themselves, believing that they can literally come out of the things that we're experiencing right now. And I feel like all of this is happening because there's an opportunity that is beaconing in our future. We're learning a lot of lessons right now. We're learning about ourselves. We're learning how to make ourselves happy. We're learning not to go out there and use the energy of others to make ourselves happy. We're learning how to use our own energy to fulfill ourselves. And I feel like we're like this person right here, not knowing where our next phase is. But Spirit is like, look, believe in yourself. Believe in you. And dedicated effort. I feel like a lot of us are not really dedicating ourselves to our relationships. We're always like running away, or not being in relationships at all. There's so many people that are in relationships just because they need cheaper rent, or they don't want to be alone because everybody else in their group setting is in a relationship, or they're just in it for the wrong reasons. And I feel like we need to dedicate more effort instead of just simply being like with that person for the wrong reasons. You see what I'm saying? So let's go ahead and pull some tarot and see what we can further clarify on these energies. Spirit, please clarify for us. Change your focus as what we should focus on during this retrograde. Please also further clarify opportunity beacons for what major lessons we need to learn that will help us in the future. And please clarify for us dedicated effort as how we need to invite more peace and harmony into our relationships, how we can invite more peace and harmony. So please clarify for us, change focus. What do you mean by change focus? What exactly do you mean by change focus as what we need to focus on for this Venus retrograde? Whoa. So I'm going to take the ones that are upside up. Four of Cups and Page of Swords. So what I'm getting with this is Page of Swords, it's all about communicating truths. Someone that's eager to communicate something that they've been keeping in their mind. I feel like we all need to learn a lesson on being more truthful with ourselves, especially, and being more truthful to the people around us. This person is ready to come and communicate, and I feel like that's what we need to do. We need to communicate more of our truths. The Four of Cups here is trying to figure out which cup to choose, which cup to meditate on. Our emotions, you know, cups are all about our emotions and not knowing what and where we need to go. And I feel like with this, I feel like this person right here is meditating, grounding themselves, is really grounding themselves with spirit and trying to figure out which way to go. And I feel like a lot of us don't trust our intuition and are not really grounded and are not really understanding where we should focus our attention to, where our intuition is leading us, because because of all the things that are happening right now currently around us. So I feel like we definitely need to focus on grounding ourselves and speaking to spirit more, being more, I guess, having a relationship with spirit, and also speaking our truths and being actually eager and not in fear to speak our mind, to let go of things that you need to actually do for yourself, you know what I mean? Like following the truth, speaking the truth. Let's see what else we can get with this. Spirit, can you further clarify for us? The opportunity beacons as what major lessons we need to learn that will help us in the future. Please further clarify this. What opportunities are arising for us with this Venus retrograde? What exactly do you mean by this? Opportunity beacons. The Two of Wands, us planning for the future. Going towards the future instead of the past. We have chosen to go. Please further clarify for me the Two of Wands. The balance of the yin and yang energy as well is what's coming for us. As you can see with this yin and yang symbol right here, yin and yang. This person is attached to not understanding what his passionate pursuits are. And I feel like a lot of us don't understand what our passionate pursuits are. We're like attached to the wrong things. And I feel like we need to learn how to balance those two energies, the dark and the light within us, the feminine and the masculine energy. Some of us are too aggressive. Some of us are too emotional. It's a lot of cards. Spirit, please further clarify. Five of Cups. There's so much emotion. Oh my goodness. Like Four of Cups, Five of Cups. So with the Five of Cups, this is like mourning an emotional loss. You have chosen two cups. Usually in tarot, this means some sort of loss of something emotional to you that means a lot because of all these spilled cups. But what I'm getting with this is a lot of crystal clear. You see all this water is signifying a lot of emotion, but you see how this water is all calm now. We're choosing with this, we're learning how to choose the right things for ourselves. Even though we feel really heartbroken with the things that happened to us in the past, I feel like we have learned to decide how to be in relationships or surround ourselves with energies, emotional energies that are good for us. And that's why I feel like an opportunity beacons with the fact that we are going to be able to have more boundaries. Yes, we are mourning those losses, but we have chosen the right path. We want to see ahead in the future. We want to balance our passions, and I guess Venus is all about passion and love and lust and things that we in ourselves and our bodies are not, we're doing that before. We were not paying attention to things that were for the highest good of us. And I see that here, This person is balancing their energies. They're looking to the future for something better. And that's what we're going. We're going to balance ourselves, balance our emotional relationships, choose things that are best for us. Yes, it hurt to do that, but we're being more grounded. We want to be able to speak freely, speak the truth, be in ourselves and be grounded to ourselves. So let's see, Spirit, if you can further clarify for us dedicated effort for how we can invite more peace and harmony into our relationships. What do you mean by dedicated effort? As how we can invite more peace and harmony into our relationships. Wow, we got the Queen of Pentacles and the King of Wands. That is the divine feminine, divine masculine energies. So with the Queen of Pentacles, this person right here is sad, she has everything financially around her. She has, literally, she's balanced. She's balanced with Earth, Mother Gaia, but she doesn't have love. She has her pentacle there and she's holding onto it tightly, but she doesn't have love because that's what she's lacking. That's why she's looking down. It's like, I have all of this around me, but what I don't have is love. This person is very, very intuitive person. This is a very intuitive person, very intuitive energy. And I feel like with this being said, we have everything. We have everything that we need, but the only thing that we're missing in our lives is love. And that's what the divine feminine is going through right now, because there's no dedicated effort to herself. And the King of Wands is someone that is dedicated. And look at this, it's like the same bird. Do you see that? I wonder what kind of bird that is. I'm gonna look that up and leave a comment to see what the meaning is spiritually, what those birds mean, because there's two of them here in this imagery. So what I'm getting with this, the two birds are here. This is a balance of the divine and divine feminine, divine masculine energy. What the King of Wands represents is someone that is balanced in his passionate pursuits. This person is very wise, very grounded with himself. He is pretty much where the divine feminine is currently at right now. Someone that is passionate with his pursuits, someone that's balanced within himself. And I feel like us right now, we are very balanced within what we want in our lives. We're very balanced with our pentacles, our finances, knowing what we want to pursue, dedicating ourselves in these two things, but we're not really dedicating ourselves to relationships. As you can see, these are two people that are single. These are two people that are not together. If there was some type of union here, we would have gotten the Lovers, we've gotten the Two of Cups, we would have gotten the Four of Wands, something more of a union in a relationship. And I feel like that's why this card is coming out to represent, like, yeah, we're balanced in our divine and masculine energies, divine feminine, divine masculine energies. But I feel like this is us being very ego and not understanding how to be in a proper relationship. And I feel like that's why this is pretty much telling us, like, we need to dedicate ourselves more to love. We need to dedicate ourselves more to what makes us happy, instead of like dedicating ourselves to passion and finances. So let's go ahead and see what other messages does Spirit have for us. With this reading, Spirit, please let us know what other messages do you have for us currently. What do you want to further hone in on in this reading for us? Whoa. That was a lot of cards. What other messages do you have for us, Spirit? What other messages do you have for us as a collective with this Venus retrograde? Playful. Summon. And High Priestess of Earth. Wow. So, this was another message that we got, I guess, from was it Saturn or the full moon? That we need to be more joyful. And I feel like this is what Spirit is trying to tell us. Like, you need to be more playful. You need to be more joyful with yourself. Just be more careless and not be so uptight in your relationships, in your life in general. And I feel like Spirit definitely wants us to summon our spirit guides, summon the universe to come and help us clear these energies out and focus ourselves, because obviously there's an opportunity that beacons for us. And the High Priestess is here to give us more of that divine feminine energy. I feel like we were very involved in things in our lives about work, money, work, money, work, money, work, money. It's like work, money all the time, and getting away and traveling and things like that. But we were not focusing on love, and that's what the High Priestess is trying to remind us. The High Priestess is someone that is very loving, that's very connected to Earth and the good things in relationships, the good things that come when you're grounded, when you know what you want, when you're balanced with your emotions. And I feel like that's why these two came out, because we're so focused on our passions and our pentacles that we lose focus in dedicating ourselves to love, to relationships, to things that actually matter, to us, you know what I mean? Like things that actually matter to us, and being more playful. Stop being so angry, like judgy. It's not the end of the world, you know? That's what I'm getting with is judgment, like judgy, like being a perfectionist, almost like judging everything the other person does and not being funny and witty and like enjoying your life. Us literally, and I feel like Spirit keeps asking us to ask them for help. Like this is the time for us to ask for help. Spirit keeps telling us this in these readings, that I feel like that energy is always there because they want us to help, to ask. Literally, they can't help us unless we don't ask for the light within us, summoning our light within us. Who's going to help us do that, Spirit? And the High Priestess, of course, she's all loving. So focus on love. What can we do to help our relationships in love? And that's being more lovable, being more playful, being intuitive, actually trusting one another, you know? So I'm going to give you guys one last message, one spirit message, and to close this reading out. Spirit, what messages do you have for us to close this reading? What further messages do you want to tell us to close this reading, Spirit? Whoa. Synchronicity. Are you noticing the signs of synchronicity that the spirit world has been sending to you at this time? People and situations in your life are not just appearing by coincidence. In reality, they're being guided to you from the spirit world to help you for a specific reason. What was I saying? I literally was saying this. Spirit is definitely wanting us to ask for help. There's certain scenarios, certain situations, like I keep getting bird signs. I get birds like falcons, birds, butterflies, like all of these things telling me like there's change coming, even numbers. I went to the lake and I stayed in this house that number 5 was everywhere. And I was like, why is the number 5 everywhere? Because at first I was like, I don't understand why, but there's a meaning to this because I chose this house. And I chose this house because of my intuition that gave me good energy. And the house literally had 5s everywhere. And 5 was this literally significant number of change, that change is coming. And I was like, wow, I can't believe that it was literally everywhere. Like I went to the bathroom, number 5. Went into the living room, 5s everywhere. I was like, whoa, there must be a significance for this. And that's what this means. There's synchronicities in this energies right now around us that are trying to tell us things, that are trying to guide us, trying to give us answers, because some of us are not asking for help. So now they have to send people. They have to send symbols, numbers, animals, things like that, especially now because nobody can even socialize really with anybody. So Spirit is sending nature, animals, butterflies, birds, whatever you name it, that things that do not appear on a daily basis around you and you come across it, that is a sign. That is not by coincidence. That is Spirit telling you something. So you guys need to look it up because they're giving you answers to the questions that you have and sending you, literally preparing you with what's coming and guiding you with this. And that's why this card came out, because there's something that is happening for us, but we need to change the way that we think. And that's what the lesson is here, focusing on things that are actually meaningful to ourselves. So thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. I hope you guys have a good rest of the week, and I will be doing, I think it's Jupiter retrograde next. That's tomorrow. And also, this whole Jupiter, Pluto, Venus, Saturn retrograding all at the same time doesn't happen all the time. The last time that it happened was in 1967. And in 1967 was the Vietnam War. I think it was Pearl Harbor, World War One. I'm not sure about wars and stuff like that. But look what's happening right now with the coronavirus. So something very significant happened around that time. Something very tragic happened around that time. But a lot of things changed for the better, and things are changing for the better now. We just have to be more grounded with ourselves and actually pay attention to the clues so that we can be guided by the spiritual world. So this concludes this reading. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. Ciao, Good Vibes Tribe.